Hey everyone, welcome back to Adventures with Edna. I'm Chris. Chance to be back next weekend for his 13th birthday. So, why is he getting so old? Anyway, today we are fixing a problem that we've been dealing with for the last year. And that problem is our cooling system, which never really started cooling properly after we changed out the thermostats and everything last year. So we're going to try to do a better job of cleaning it, and we're going to replace the hoses because they have been leaking, kind of more like weeping leaking for the last year. So I've been having to add coolant, and for the most part she's been fine, except for as long as we stay out of being stuck in traffic, we're good. And in the winter it's not too big a deal, but she gets warm every time we stop. Like as soon as we stop, the temperature starts going up instantly, which isn't cool. So we are here to fix that. And we're going to fix that with some magic juice. So last month I was watching Vice Grip Garage, and he was working on I think it was a 70-something full-size Bronco. And he had a lot of nasty stuff in his cooling system. And he used this Blue Devil radiator flush. Now, I've heard things about Blue Devil in the past. I've never used one of their products before. They're not paying us to use this, so I bought this off Amazon, and it's here now. But it seemed like it did a really good job of getting his system cleaned out for as nasty as it was, and then he drove 1,000 miles home. So we are hoping to have the same luck with this. Now, on top of that, we got a package from Speedway, which we're opening right now. This is our new hoses. And it kind of isn't the way that I wanted to go, but it's the way we're going. By going back to the original style hoses. Since I've had Edna, we've always had these flex hoses on here. I did actually replace these 6 years ago when I put in the new radiator, and it had flex hoses on before. So I've never been a fan of them because to me they just look cheap and like you copped out. I also so I think what happened when we did the last cooling flush, I think I swapped this hose and that hose, or the thermostats one, and they've kind of just seemed to weep out like around the hose no matter how tight I've gotten these. So we're going back with the factory style hoses. Now, I think I made a mistake when I ordered these. So Speedway sells a flathead V8 hose kit, and for whatever reason it doesn't list said hose kit to fit the truck. So I was trying to figure out why it didn't fit the truck, and it fits the cars but not the trucks. So I asked them why, and they put me on with one of the tech guys, and it turns out that the kit they sell, which is this one, is basically for the car. And he did some research, and he found out that the reason that it fits the car and not the truck is because the hoses that it comes with are 4 inches long. And apparently the truck hoses need to be 6 inches long. So the kit comes with all the hoses and all the clamps and everything you need to put this in. The only reason I kind of don't like the original setup is just because, at least with the flex hoses, you only have 2 connections. You double up the connections and have 4 per hose, because you get one here, one here, one here, and one here by having the chrome hoses. Plus, it doesn't exactly have a show engine, so we're a little afraid of the chrome. But So what he did was sold me two 12-inch hoses so that I could just cut them in half to get my proper length. Now, this is probably more my fault than Speedway's fault, the way I ordered it, but I thought he was modifying the kit for me, but instead he just basically sold me two extra hoses with the kit. So I didn't save any money at all. So like I said, I think that's my fault for not paying attention to the bill. Anyway, so what we're doing today is I've already got the coolant drained out that was in there, and it wasn't great looking. If you look at our bottle here, that's about what color it was. So it looks kind of nasty. So there's definitely some rust in there that we don't want and we don't need. So we're going to put our radiator flush in here and fill the cooling system back up. And then we're going to do some driving to get it worked through before we change our hoses. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and just fill it up with some straight water for the time being, just to kind of help wash some stuff out before we put in the radiator flush. We got a geyser! That wasn't supposed to happen. We gotta regulate here. Because apparently one of the kids broke both of the nozzles in the past month or so. So we gotta go get a new nozzle for the hose. So we be pumping. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but you definitely want to get as much water on your alternator as you can when you're doing this, because electrical stuff and water mix really well. Found a use for the grill to keep the hose kinked, so I don't have to sit here and hold it. Because I don't have a hose that reaches this far, so I had to take the front hose, attach it to the back hose, and the thing is all the way on the other corner in the back of the house, which is really ideal. Well, the overflow jar filled up, and it looks nasty. So it's definitely dirty in there. We gotta get rid of all that crud. These lower hoses are new from last year. We got all of our belts good and wet, along with the pulleys. So when we fire it up, it should squeal a lot. All right, so we're gonna pour both of these in here because this is a 5-gallon system. This one opened and leaked a little bit. Amazon credited me for the bottle, but it's still mostly full. This is a non-returnable item. But it is good that it came in a 2-pack. It's clear, so you know it's good. Let's see how much we can spill here. Now it says you can put this in here, run it for 10 or 15 minutes, and then flush everything out. But we're going to go for the hardcore boil because we're dirty and we need this to function properly. So if we get stuck in traffic, we don't have any problems. There's one bottle. It says easy to use, so we're happy about that. This one was sealed well. That's why the bottle looks like it does, because of where it leaked out into the package. I don't know if you can't get it on your skin, but my hands are all wet, so It's hard to tell if it's affecting my skin or not. Down the yap. Let's fill her up. Doo-doo-doo. You guys probably don't want to watch this fill, so we'll wait. We'll come back when we're ready to start. All right, cold start situation on a 70-degree day. I guess it helps if you turn the key on. Everything's wet. Oh, okay. It's got to be all the water. This is not a normal start. There goes the belts. Squeaky. Hey, Squeaky. Squeaky, come on. Look how smoothly Edna runs. We can rev this puppy up, and that cap just sits there. We got the heater on. Well, we don't have the fan running, but we got the heater on so that it can warm up. Yeah, those are getting a little warm. Make sure everything's circulating. Dang it. Come on, Edna, idle. Steam is coming off everything that got wet, so we're getting a little warmer. I don't know if you can tell, but there's water in there, so it must be fairly full. The fan's on, but it could be wet. Mary said I got too many bugs on the front, and she said I need to wash that. That bug's still alive. He just likes it there with his friends. I might have to get in here with a brush. All right, I think it's time to go for a little test drive. I have the heater on, but I have the vents closed and the fan off, so it's that way it's circulating through there too. Yeah, get it through everything. What was it?
That's neat over there with the red and green. A little bit of white. It looks like pink on here.
Yeah, we should stop on the way back, take a picture of it, and see if Google can tell what it is. So my main concern with the test drive was not necessarily that we were going to drive and overheat, because all we really have done at this point is just drain the coolant out, give it a quick flush with regular water, and then fill it back up with the Blue Devil cleaner. And the test drive is basically just kind of get it good and hot and get it working through the system and everything. But I was just staying close to the house at first. I just kind of wanted to make sure that, it wasn't like the thermostats hadn't opened up yet and let the water go all the way through the system. So, obviously we didn't want to leave the house and then overheat because we didn't have enough coolant in it. But the temperature always runs cold like this. Since I have the 160-degree thermostats with the 1/8-inch hole drilled in them, like pretty much everybody with a flathead does. So it stays pretty cool most of the time. But the whole problem with our overheating issue is like when we get the red lights and traffic, the temperature just goes up instantly, which would normally be fine because when it gets to the halfway point, that's where the fan kicks in, the electric fan. And it used to keep it cool because if you've been a follower of the channel for a long time, you know that when we went to Shady Side Dragway, that was our first big trip after doing the electric fan, and we sat in traffic for an hour trying to get into Shady Side, and the fan ran the whole time, and the temperature stayed nice and cool the whole time. We never got past the halfway point, which is exactly what we wanted. But since we've been having the overheating problem, the fan's kicking on, but it'll just go all the way over to heat, or all the way over to hot if you sit there, and it does it pretty quickly. So there's definitely something dirty in the system that's keeping it from cooling properly. So our whole goal is to hopefully get that flushed out of here and then put our new hoses on and then get through all the leaks and have no more heating problems, because we have recently registered for the F100 Grand Nationals in Pigeon Forge in May, coming up, I think it's May 14th, 15th, and 16th, if I remember the dates right. So we don't want to get stuck in traffic up there. We want to have a nice, cool ride. We're going to drive. It's roughly a 3-hour trip from where we live. Edna's slow, so it'd probably be more like a 4-hour drive. But we don't want to have any trouble if we get stuck in traffic somewhere. So we want Edna running nice and cool. So we're kind of going through over the next 2 months until the show starts to make sure that we can make the trip without issue, hopefully. So we don't want to have any cooling issues, we don't want a transmission leaking, and we want to rebuild our steering box. So that's what's coming up in the near future. And if you guys are going to the F100 Grand Nationals, let us know. Drop a comment below. Let's see who all is going that watches the channel, and hopefully we'll run into you there. And if you haven't already subscribed, do that too, if you like the video. Thanks. Yeah. Fan should kick on about the halfway point. So it goes back down after we take off. So if it's working like it should, when it gets to the halfway point, it shouldn't get any higher than that. Dogs. Fans on. I mean, all the nasty stuff is still in there, so, but the idea is we want to be able to maintain. Seems like it's holding, but I mean, it's only been like 10 seconds. It seems to be holding, at least for the moment.
Yeah.
That's a positive sign. Alright, let's go get a nozzle. I'm gonna pick it up. That's what I like out front for the cars. You want another one of like this style?
Yeah. The kids can have the one they broke.
Oh, I can't get through. The hoses are in the way. $100 for 40 feet. It's just chicken wire. This is 50 feet. Chicken wire for $62.
Things. I want one of those.
Well, what?
The things with the glass jars. I want to put a fish in it.
Can you?
Yeah. You get a beta fish and put it in it.
Gravel. Came for a nozzle, left to plant some gravel.
Yeah.
See what's happening. Going down. Alright, let's ride on.
Yeah, it's at 8. So I figured since it was at a red light, I'd just do that.
guess the overflow is doing its thing. A little bit. Temperature is holding. I went inside, I grabbed a Gatorade. Came back out. Temperature still maintaining. Now, I know all of the impurities are still in there, but maybe they got knocked loose and it's actually cooling now. So maybe when we drain it, all that crap will drain out. We'll put our new hoses on and be good to go. You know, in theory. Allegedly. I do feel pretty good about seeing the water bottle there, our mason jar, because it doesn't look grimy in there anymore like it did before. It just looks like, I know all the impurities and everything are still in there, but there's nothing like on the sides, like sticking to the sides anymore. So I guess that shows that the Blue Devil cleaner is cleaning stuff out. At least it's got it circulating. I gotta look, check that box and see if I got some wiper blades. I did actually think of it when I went to early Ford the other day, but since I haven't looked to see if I have any, I didn't want to buy some and not need them.
You tell her we'll be back.
What do you think we're doing?
I don't know. You stick your tongue out at her.
No, I didn't.
We'll be back, Henley.
I just figured taking another drive and let this stuff run through the system a little more. I think it's been maybe an hour or two since we drove.
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half since we drove it last. And so I figured we'd do another lap around the area, get some gas, and then we should be good to go after that. Everything drained out, and then we'll probably be changing hoses in the rain.
They're not open yet, are they?
Yeah, they opened last week, I think. I don't know what their hours are, though. All right, so now that we've had 2 good test drives, I feel like it's not. I know the stuff is still in it, like the impurities, if you will. But I think we might have loosened up whatever was causing the overheating, because it seems like it's not getting any hotter once the fans come on, which is exactly what it needs to be doing. So I think while we wait for it to cool off now, we'll go ahead and try to get our new hoses set up before we start to drain it out and start rinsing it out. And hopefully the rain will hold off. So let's see here. So I figure the way to do this is you put this here, and yeah, I guess that would be cutting it a little close. So I guess we do need the 2, and then down here. So yeah, I guess you do need the extra 2 inches. So I guess we're not using the hoses in the kit, which kind of sucks because I kind of like them. They look cloth covered in a way. So anyway, so let's open up one of these bad boys. It kind of looks like silicone. Might last forever. And then we put on our highly decorative chrome jobbers. So I guess the way we want to handle this is we slide this in to at least there. That should give us enough room for our hose. I'm going to go get a tape measure. Now if we put this here and kind of line that up roughly straight up and down, well, I guess we need our tape measure. Line that up with straight up and down. Looks about right. And then 6 inches over is there, that line, and then we have 6 inches left. So if we cut it at exactly 6 inches, it should work perfectly. So let's do that. Put you guys where you can see what's going on. So 6 inches over is exactly right there. For some reason, when I went to get the tape measure, I did not think to grab a razor blade. We're going to fix that. Be right back. I had a nice Milwaukee one that I was about to use, but it's nowhere to be found. Guess we don't need the whole roll of tape attached anymore. And we can throw our razor blade under the truck where we can't reach it. All the way on the ground. Cut the tape. So we have 2 6 inches pieces. Tape off. Put our other hose on. Finger there, so we got enough All right, so that is then going to put that right there. I think that's going to work out just fine. Everything looks like it's the perfect length now. So that's good. That's good. Ooh, it's a little warm. Still a little warm. Does that mean we need to give it longer cooling time? Rain's coming down a little bit. Kind of looks like a nice warm glass of pee. The rain's starting to come. Maximum flow. I guess I could take a quick look and make sure this is going to work out on the other side as well. Looks like it should. All right. Before we cut the other one. Nice flathead screwdriver. Take our hoses loose. Wonder how bad the bottom will be, since I had to essentially tighten it to death to try to stop the leaking. You see it looks kind of vaporish right there. Like I said, I bought these hoses about 6 years ago when I put in the new radiator. Yeah, it's definitely broken. It's wanting to come apart right there. Not cool. I guess we got to see it through. So the screw comes all the way out. And then it's got no tension. There we go. One loose hose. See, I got that thing tightened to death. To death. course, I suppose if we're not saving this hose, why can't we just cut it? All right, camera, you got to keep doing camera things. Well, the spring's all the way out, and that looks really nasty. Really nasty. Came right off of there. That does not look great. Inside looks terrible. Very, very rusty. I guess we'll take the other one off while we're at it. No, this one didn't break. It's loosening up just fine. Will we have to cut the top? Definitely looks that way. I like a good sharp razor blade. This one's sticking. I don't want to come off. Got to split it. Let's see if we can keep all this as clean as possible while we clean off these ends. Just try to keep any junk from getting in there. That's what it looks like down inside where the thermostat side. Can't see. .120 grit sandpaper. Try to get rid of some rustage here. Smooth this out a little bit before we put on the new hose. Trying to remember, did I repaint this when we did this last? And you guys remember? I don't remember. Did we paint the... I feel like we painted them. But, you know, when they got water leaking out of them all the time. These are very pitted. Probably should have considered buying those. It was a little rough for aluminum. That's better. Yep. Be back. I'm gonna go turn the water on.
So is that better than what was coming out before? Or is it
Somewhat.
about the same?
Somewhat better.
How big is that?
What do you want?
I don't know. I think he sent me the voicemail. It rang like 3 times.
What's that?
It rang like 3 times.
New hoses actually look like silicone.
So did you have to cut that?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that's cut's already on.
Okay.
Water coming out of both thermostat housings.
Well, it's coming out of that one. And out of the other one. Oh, there we go.
How waterproof are these microphones?
I have no clue. I don't remember. I mean, they should be like earbuds, and as long as you don't drench them in water, it shouldn't affect them. At least the water looks clear coming out of the little hole.
Well, that's the idea.
You got to be kidding me.
What's the matter?
My umbrella leaks.
I
Where
know,
the stitching is.
I know who you can probably blame for that.
Which one is that?
Henley, because she's the one who's always playing with the umbrellas. That's probably the one that she was jerking in and out the other day.
Yeah, it leaks around the stitching.
What's that? Where are you going? You can leave it if it's not getting wet, I guess.
Well, I gotta take the umbrella because it's not gonna sit right here.
Okay.
There's nowhere to do anything with it.
I guess that's fine. Henley breaks for umbrellas. You were the one that was making it go like this with it and making it go back and forth. That's how they break. I seen you. I seen you. I watched you do it.
What's even in that water?
It's pee. I had to go. You want to drink it?
No.
Why not?
You said it's pee.
That doesn't mean you can't drink it.
What does it mean then?
I feel like I put this one a little close. Back it up a little bit.
I was just standing here watching this, trying to do whatever, and all of a sudden it was like, feeling drops. I look up and there's just drops forming.
Henley blamed it on Chance, even though I told her I saw her do it. Oh, I need more clamps.
That's how you can tell that it's
What do you think of that versus the original style?
What?
What do you think of these versus the original, or what I had on there before? All right, I'm switching places with you. I got to come in here.
you say these will do that the flexible ones won't?
I just kind of worry that they leak more because there's just more hose clamps to have to tighten up. That's really all it is. But I mean, they came with this, so. But I didn't want to pay for them when I first bought the truck. Because they're, you know, more expensive than the flex hoses. Yeah. But now even the flex hoses are expensive. Get on there. It's funny because you can't really twist it once it starts going into place. They're planted downhill a little bit. I think it's because of where I put these. Maybe I should loosen those up a bit.
Are they both the same length?
Yeah. I knew I'd regret tightening these too early. How's that look?
I guess it looks the same.
What's Henley doing?
Huh?
What's Henley doing?
What's what? Henley doing?
Mm-hmm.
I think she went inside. No, she went around back. I don't see her.
Yeah. They're playing in the mud.
Probably.
She's big on that kind of thing.
Trying to find mud. We can't see her anymore. Oh,
But
look, there she is. There is a hole in that umbrella.
Alright, let me come over here and tighten all these up. Very wettish out here.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I guess if it's still draining, I should wait. I was thinking I should drain it out, fill it back up, run it for a minute, just to circulate through, let it drain out again, then maybe fill it up one more time. See, look, now that we got chrome stuff, we gotta keep the chrome stuff clean.
Over here, under this.
And make sure it stays over the camera.
The camera's not getting wet. Okay. I gotta go put stuff on the smoker. What?
Don't what me, I'll what you. What do you think of my fancy new hoses?
They're shiny. What are you doing?
Cleaning out the inside of the engine where the cooling water goes through.
Oh.
Because the water looks like pee instead of nice and clear.
That's what the bottle has in it?
Yeah, it's pee water. Why is it still draining?
I don't know.
You see what's coming out down there?
No. Yeah, I see it.
Hadn't it be draining? You want to hit pause on that so we're not just standing here like idiots? You know, but you know how to pause it? I figured while I'm in here, I should probably empty out the catch can, or however you want to refer to it as.
A jar.
It's not just a jar. This is Edna's jar.
She got unfiltered water on the go.
Unfiltered water on you?
Yeah, she got unfiltered water on the go. There's a fire going. I put the ribs on there. On the tinfoil, I had the ribs on. I told Andy in about 10 minutes when the thing cools down more, the dish they were in, to pour that water into the thing, and I'll pour that on the ribs. If the ribs would finish up, I'll cut them in sections and stick them on the grill for a few minutes. Mom, are you thinking of holding this umbrella? I will. No, I don't think this is the worst thing to do.
You gotta quit hurting yourself.
No, I don't think it's on. No. Are you gonna stand there and hold it? It's an average with that bird. I just remember how many, screws are still in my car from taking the dash off. Where they go.
We used all of those.
There's still 3.
Yeah, and I told you what they were. None of them were anything. One of them was the one we couldn't put in, and the other 2 didn't have anything to do with your car.
Part was like that. When you put stuff together and you have leftover pieces.
Yeah, always 2 parts left over.
Yeah. I drain water.
Because we're going to fill it up, run it through, and drain it again.
Do you think ibuprofen would help with this burn pain?
Yes. All right, I feel like we're still on rinse here, so we're going to fill it all the way up and start the engine, let it run through a little bit, and then we will drain it again and see how it looks. Because we want to make sure that we get everything out that we can before we put in the good stuff. Well, my camera's about to die, so I think we're going to put it on the charger. I'm going to let this run for a minute, and then I'm going to drain it out, and then I'll fill it back up, do this again, and drain it out, and then we'll put the good stuff in. So I'll let you guys come back when we put the good stuff in. So we'll be back. All right, we drained it out. We filled everything back up. Now we're going to drain it one more time, and hopefully the water looks good. It looked really good on the last grinding. It was almost perfectly clear. Still wouldn't drink it though. I've been using needle nose pliers just so when it comes out, it doesn't hit me in the fingers. Hot water. Anticipation is killing me. Fill up our little cup here. See how we're looking. I'll call it decent. A little clearer than it was last time. I doubt it's going to be perfect. All right. Let's let it drain out. We'll be back when we're ready to refill.
Banana plant.
I'm cold, I'm wet, and I'm ready to be done with this project. And I feel whiny. All right, we're going to try and bring this project home. So we got 100% coolant from Walmart, because everything's expensive and I don't have any real experience with any of these not working like they're supposed to work. Walmart special. We got our drain cock closed. Edna holds right at 5 gallons, so we have 3 gallons of coolant and 2 gallons of distilled water. Good to the last drop.
How much does it take?
5 gallons.
They put 3 antifreeze and 2 of
Uh,
those.
Daniel probably like that.
I took a piece off the rib, like on the edge, because you know that's done already.
All right, that puts us at 4.5. Start it up. Let it start mixing in. We're full. You're full. We'll wash my hands and we'll take a test drive. It's coming up a little bit. It's just a matter of when if the fan will hold it down.
Do all cars do that?
No, this one's just kind of funny because I have the low temperature in there. There's the fan. That one's coming back down a little bit. And that one's holding there.
I didn't know there were two. I've just been pointing at the first one.
Oh. You gotta get the whole picture. Originally, there's not two. I think it's this one is for the amp meter, and once you convert to 12 volts, the amp meter doesn't work anymore, and you can't make it work. Is what I remember reading. So some people just run two temperature gauges, so they one for each side of the engine.
Yeah, I've been just looking at the first one.
It's like the two engine sides have separate cooling systems, but they share a radiator.
So that's why there's two hoses.
Yeah. So four technically, because there's the two on the bottom. Pretty clean. Now I just needed to get it up to the temperature. So when I pull into the driveway, I check and see if we see any leaks.
Temperature whatever you turn it. Right in the middle, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. All right.
You want the battery pack?
Might as well. All right, fans are on.
So is one side just cooling better than the other?
Mm-hmm. Usually they stay pretty close to each other. pretty much holding. It's come down a hair, but they're pretty much holding. Make sure there's no leaks. Everything looks dry on this one. Everything looks dry on this one. Well, we're not leaking, so that's a good. Fan's going. Yep, temperature's still good even though we're out looking at things. Shouldn't go over the half.
So is there fluid in there from you filling it back up?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a 4. Or a little under.
Yeah, looks pretty clean, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks really clean.
I didn't even think about that while I was over there. But yeah, looks clean. Antifreeze and water. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call that good. The real test will be the next time we get stuck in traffic. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of video in here, so we might as well cut it here. But I'll keep you guys updated. If it starts getting hot again, I'll let you know. So don't forget, adventures are out there everywhere. You just have to find them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, especially if you liked this video. This was kind of a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure I did a good job and then let you guys see all the steps that I did. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.